local radio station, and they played it.
Really?
Catherine was beside herself. She was so excited. What was the name of that piece? The Dvorak Symphony?
I've already spoken to psychiatrist Dr. Fowler. And I've been to support groups as well.
That's good. Good.
My husband and we're doing just fine. We just want this execution over with so we can get on with our lives.
I understand.
Do you? Do you know what it feels like to lose someone you love? To come home one day, a day like any other day, and the phone rings? One simple phone call. That's all it takes. Your life is destroyed. If you have any brochures that you'd like to leave or phone numbers of support groups, please feel free to do so. But I don't have the time to talk right now, so if you'll excuse me.
Honey.
Is she gone?
Yes.
Don't ever do that again.
What can it hurt to just talk?
I don't need to talk. I'm tired of talking.
You're tired of talking. How many support groups did we go to? You never said a word.
Why do we have to keep going through this over and over and over?
Because we're still a long way from getting through this.
No, you're the one who can't get through it. I am doing fine.
No, you're not. Look at you. 9 years of this. You don't want to see anybody. You don't want to go out. You won't go back to work.
I don't want to go back to work.
But you won't talk about why.
Because I don't. Look, why don't you just leave me alone, Alan? If you want to keep talking to psychiatrists, that's fine. But leave me out of it.
Hello? Yes, this is Dr. Fowler.
So you're the one who officially orders the drugs?
The director of the Department of Corrections does that. Oh. I only prepare them once they arrive.
Well, they're sealed when they get to you, right?
Yes. What did you say you were? A professor?
Yeah, friend OU. Just doing a little side investigation here.
For the university?
Yeah. So what do you think? You think that maybe the vials were tampered with? You know, switched with something else, then resealed and delivered to you?
No. When they arrived, I broke the seal to prepare the syringes.
Well, then they must have been tampered with after you prepared the syringes.
The syringes are kept under lock and key 24 hours a day. So anyone looking to tamper with them has to figure out a way to get past these walls and dozens of armed guards. And that's just not possible.
Well, there's one way.
Guard did it.
Inside job. He confessed to the whole thing. He's on the tie-down team. He managed to get access to the keys, and he switched the drugs an hour before the execution with a saline solution.
Why?
He worked on death row for a number of years. He said his conscience started catching up with him. He hooked up with an anti-death penalty group and switched the drugs as a form of protest.
So no miracle, then?
That's not much of a protest, either. Execution's still on.
Something must be wrong with the wiring. Time to move you to the holding cell anyway. Take him over.
They tried 5 light bulbs and none of them worked.
It's definitely a wiring problem.
Yeah. Well, no, but they moved Luther out of the cell, right? Moved the new guy in. All of a sudden, the light went on.
Really?
Yeah. You all right, Peg? Kind of quiet.
Oh, I'm just, I've been talking to the Singletaries, the parents of the murdered girl. You know, losing a loved one so suddenly.
Your husband, right?
Yeah. They were telling me about when they got the phone call telling them that their daughter had been murdered. And I remember when I got the call. To this day, whenever I hear a phone ring late at night, I freeze. I just don't like that sound, and I suppose I never will.
Did they ever catch that guy?
Oh, yeah. 19, driving around drunk after a party. Dad was rich. They got a great lawyer. They were able to plea bargain down to involuntary manslaughter. He's getting out of prison in 4 years.
This whole thing is getting too freaky. I mean, there ain't any wiring problems. Those lights went back on the minute I left the cell.
Well, if it is some kind of message, what do you think it means?
I don't know. Lights out. I'm dead. Execution's gonna work this time, I guess. But then why spare me those other 2 times?
Perhaps God decided to give you a second chance.
Second chance? They're gonna kill me in a few days, Father. God wants to break me out of here. You better get moving.
That's not what I meant. A second chance to take responsibility for what you've done. To stop blaming others for problems you've created. To ask forgiveness.
Thanks.
He left me. The other day after you left, we fought, and the next morning he was gone.
I'm so sorry.
I just can't sleep, and I was wondering if you might be able to give me something.
Why don't you come to my office?
I have some bad news. Your mother died yesterday. It's a heart attack. I'm very sorry.
Hey.
Oh. I fell asleep.
I could see that. Did you have a late night?
No, I'm just... What's up?
Luther Scholes' mom died. He had a heart attack. Probably from all the stress he's caused her. That makes 2 lives he's taken now. Hey. Why don't you go home and get some sleep?